With that, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our next session on a very exciting topic, enhancing your customer engagement strategies through secure, best-in-class messaging solution. A very crucial subject topic, which we haven't heard the discussion so far in the morning. And to present this topic, I would like to call on stage Mr. Milind Kadam, Senior Director Sales, APAC and MEA from Kaleyra, with a big round of applause. Welcome to the stage, Milindji, and looking forward to a great session from you.
Generally, for the people, would start going towards lunch. But let me promise you, to each of the member here, that we'll try and make it more interesting for you. We'll try and make it more inquisitive, okay? So people will have certain questions and we'll take it forward, okay? Let's start. Many of you would probably know about Kaleyra, or some of you may not know about Kaleyra. Kaleyra is a A2P communication platform company. We host it on cloud. We've been very much operational in India for more than a decade and a half. We were invented and started this company close to 20 years back. And the Kaleyra was originated out of Italy. And obviously, in India, there was a company called Solution Infinity. That's the way Kaleyra has taken over Solution Infinity, and we've been operating in the space of A2P SMS, emails, WhatsApp APIs, conversations, as well as the other services which are falling in, WebRTC and Video RTC. I think most of you will have some of the other questions on WebRTC, Video RTC, because each of you probably will have a need in making customer experience exceptional or inspirational. I mean, towards that journey, the kind of products that Kaleyra offers, the solution designing that Kaleyra does for team members, for internal team members, as well as the organizational views and their requirements, will be able to deliver that to you. As I said, it's a trusted communication platform as a partner. We've been serving a lot of NBFCs, banks, retail industry, logistic, healthcare, and many of such organizations when it comes to their needs of serving their customers in form of communication over multiple digital channels. 44.1 billion conversations is what we deliver every year. 44 billion conversations, while I say it's messages, it's the kind of volume that we deliver every year. There are close to 5.8 billion voice calls that we operate and 3,800 global customers. So just to take you through, we operate in the space of India. We are part of a bit of a Middle Eastern regions, Europe, American, Canada, and yes, recently, which is not showing on this map, but we started operating in the space of Asia Pacific as well. I don't know, but most of you have probably heard this news sometime back. By end of June, it was announced by Tata Communications that they've started and announced a possible merger with Kaleyra. So things are obviously in process, and you will come to know about that once we will make it public and we'll put it up in the media. We operate with most of the network operators, so our partnerships would happen with centrally with the telecom operators, which typically we call it as mobile number operators. And there is a stack of communication that has been offered, the bulk SMS, voice, WhatsApp, email, chatbots, as well as video. Video and WebRTC. WebRTC is web real-time calling. Now, if I would say that some of you or most of you have used Kaleyra at least once in your life, there could be a little surprise. I mean, you guys must be thinking that, no, I'm probably hearing it for the first time. So when have I used Kaleyra, right? So whenever you are actually going and clicking on a free Uber call application, okay, that's something which is designed by 3-4 different companies, and they've been operating in the space. Kaleyra is one of them. So whenever probably you're clicking on that, knowingly or unknowingly, you're using a service from Kaleyra. There are banks, there are NBFCs who would have a need of doing a video KYC, okay? You never know. Probably you must have gone through a video KYC, and that's the solution would probably have been offered by Kaleyra. We are extremely powerful in the space of SMS, email, WebRTC, and a video KYC. I'm pretty sure most of you will start getting questions in your mind because you have some of the other set of communication which happens with your customers. My teams are available outside. We are on the booth, and we are excited to answer all these questions for you. You could see currently the share which happens between industries. If we typically talk about it, the financial services picks up at about 30.2% of a share. And that's precisely is the reason when it comes to such summits, we are present there. we are educating people, we are telling them about the new technology, we're trying to bring in global expertise and making them dominantly available for the local markets so the India can take a step ahead. Uh, Following that, I mean, if you could see the operator and the customer platform and OTT share goes to about 34%. Some of the brands that we are dealing globally, I mean, you can see AirAsia, Amazon Pay, Bosch. Amazon Pay reminds me, there is a big billion sale which is coming up, and Kaleyra plays a very crucial role. So when you're going through a transaction and you're getting all those transactional messages, okay, understand we're the ones who are playing one of the crucial roles at the back end for you to get that seamless communication, okay, till the time you get your product delivery, because there are multiple updates which would reach out to your phone for you to know where the product is the order has been placed, communication has gone through, your money has been deducted, your bank sends you a message, all of that we have a role to play. I'll take you through some of the use cases. Now, we all talk about customer acquisition, and I heard some time back a gentleman mentioning about solar technology. They've automated things to the level where they've created chatbots for people who've been using it and sending. And the chatbot is converting the local language into English. So there's a lot of conversion which is happening. However, have they ever thought of customer acquisition through a simple QR code? In between, we've also done a case where with a QR code, we're trying to register a customer product warranty, okay? So some of the things which can be done in a far innovative format, if you have a company or you engage with a company who has full stack of communication on a single platform that can be offered to you. Moving forward, I mean, I spoke about customer acquisition any which ways. These are multiple use cases. Lead conversion is one of the case which is predominantly available, which opens up or hosts a simple web form. In form of any channel, the communication reaches to a customer phone, and he opens up that particular communication and starts filling up the form. You must have experienced this in a lot of surveys which would come to you, or anything that you are trying to access from Facebook, that opens up a separate form and you'll have to fill in the details. All those things are available with us. Customer onboarding KYC is a typical case that I just spoke about. I said that probably you must have gone through a process where you must be doing a video KYC, and that could have gone through a platform of Kaleyra. Card services is another example. WhatsApp banking is something which has been very, very famous. I would like to spend some time here. I mean, there are about 50 to 60% large commercial banks in the country who have already moved on WhatsApp, and they are offering WhatsApp banking. Now, some of them are offering the flavor of WhatsApp banking, which is giving you complete chatbot. So each of the query that you has, but considering the length and volume and the breadth of queries that each person has, I don't think so the chatbot is comprehensively covering everything. So yes, while you need a WhatsApp for understanding, let's say if you're asking for a checkbook request, that can be done through WhatsApp. A simple balance, okay, which you want to know, any which ways you get a message. Nowadays, when you get a message for any specific transaction, you are probably not getting, some of the banks have already taken up this step, that you're not getting a complete balance. You just know this is the transaction which is done, but you don't get to see the actual balance what is left back. So you want to see that, you can see through the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp can actually open up carousels, buttons, which can be used to express interest. It can be used for placing an order for some of the services. Okay? Kaleyra is a global partner when it comes to WhatsApp, and we have multiple use cases across the globe which we can bring on table, and my teams can actually try and help you what new that we can design together. Transaction verification, remote loan applications, document and policy updates. I mean, all this can definitely be sent on emails, can be sent on SMS, and it can be sent on other set of communication channels which are available with Kaleyra. There are a host of them. Apart from that, when it comes to customer service, I'm again quoting the example, the gentleman who spoke about the solar piece, right? So in that case, the intent of the customer for him to get in touch with the solar people matters a lot. When the customer starts typing it, actually the multilingual conversation gets converted into English, and then it goes back to the agent who's sitting at the back. And he rightly said, there are about 5 conversations an agent can manage at a time. But while he's managing or she's managing these 5 conversations, will he or she be able to resolve all possible queries? Because what happens on voice on a customer service definitely stays there. So A is the customer service, which can be managed over the WhatsApp chat or any other live chat. B is you can create a direct link between the application, which will make a phone call over the web to the contact center, and the person can actually have a chat. And you will have no limitation for installation of a PRI or a SIP channel there. And that's called WebRTC. That's exactly what you do when you call the Uber driver with a free call. The next thing which is available on that is the landline number which is mentioned, which is nothing but the call patching. It is part of the cloud telephony, right? I mean, that cloud telephony securely connects two different people together without disclosing the identity or a mobile number or a landline number to each other. I mean, these are the things that can be implemented more in case if you have a need of any such product where the explanation goes really high. Because how many times will you keep asking questions and he will keep typing? Like writing an address, okay, is really a pain for someone who's operating in a very smaller space, okay? It becomes like 3-4 lines which he has to put, and then it has to get converted on English. So those are the times when services like WebRTC, which is web real-time communication, would come into the picture and solve your issue. Sorry. Internal company updates and notifications. There are large brands which are operational in our country. There are large two-wheeler manufacturing units. There are large heavy industry manufacture units where these companies would hold about 10,000, 8,000, 15,000 people, okay, within those areas. They operate in multiple shifts. So how is HR enabling their own services to talk to these internal customers? While I'm saying internal customers, these are the employees who've been working in the organization. At that point of time, notifications which can reach on their phone and will be able to update them about their leaves, about the internal policies, about any new structural change that they're going to bring in, any policy change that they're going to bring in is possible. That is where the internal communication and updates to an organization would make sense. These are the kind of solutions Kaleyra would like to onboard and help you with. These are the platform integrations which are currently available with us. We've got Freshdesk, WebEngage, we've got Google, Zoho. I mean, there are plugins available, and in case if you are running with either of the CRMs or systems, you will be able to run through and directly connect with us. The top-notch partnerships, I already spoke about AWS. We've got Google, WeWork, Visa, we've got Freshworks, and Sequoia Capital, many of them. 76, now these are the stats which Kaleyra has taken out about close to, right now we are about 4,000 odd customers across globe. 3,800 was mentioned some time back on the screen. 76% there is an increase in a call ratio which is more successful for an organization while they started using the service. 22% increase in the lead conversions for an organization. This is typically an internal data which is derived out of these 4,000 customers, and we've received these stats. There are 34% fraud reductions which have happened because these companies were cheated by sending those false messages, by sending it to their customers, and their customers were fooled and they were reaching back to us. But with the secured layer of communication which was happening, it has actually reduced the risk for them. So it's a 34% reduction in frauds and 34% share increase in customer retentions for these organizations. Thank you. We would love to take questions, but I will request you guys to reach out to the booth. All the team members are available and we can have these conversations there. However, in case you have any particular questions, I would love to take a couple of them here also. Not that I don't wish to, and that's the reason I've kept some of the time so I can have these conversations with people. Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for our wonderful speaker with a great presentation, Mr. Milind Kadam from Kaleyra. And we open the house for the questions for Milind. However, let me tell you, as Milind has already said, I'll reiterate that the entire team of Kaleyra is there for the end of the day today. And please do visit their exhibit booth to know more about their products and offerings. And Milind himself is there with his entire team. So please feel free to reach out during your networking sessions to the team of Kaleyra, and they'll help you know more about their products and offerings. Any questions for Milind?
No problem at all.
All right, so now Milind, I request you to kindly be on stage, and I would like to call on stage Ms. Mandakini Kumari, Chief Product Officer from Vivrithi Capital. Mandakini ji, if you could kindly come on stage and felicitate our wonderful speaker here. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Milind Kadam, Senior Director Sales, APAC and MEA from Kaleyra, on that wonderful presentation on enhance your customer engagement strategies through secure, best-in-class messaging solutions. Thank you so much, Milind, for that wonderful session. And thank you, Mandakini ji, for doing the honors of felicitating the speaker.